I've been waiting for this. This is probably one of the highlights of my life.
A lot of people come to Peru to see Machu Picchu, but between the coast and the Andes, there are an endless array of fascinating history and culture that help to shape the Peru of today.
This plant is banned.
I'm here to finish my journey to the Andes and get a taste of what makes Peru unlike any other place in the world.
Miski Mihuna.
Besides being Cusco's main source of fresh vegetables, the Sacred Valley draws countless tourists each year to see the megalithic ruins of its past. Ollantaytambo is both a town and an archaeological site that features some really unbelievable Incan and pre-Incan stonework.
We are at Ollantaytambo, which originated as the royal palace of the Incas. It later became a stronghold when the Spanish invasion happened, and essentially where the administration for the Incan Empire fighting the Spanish when they came in. So it's a really important space, and it has been. It was built in the 15th century, 1450s is what we're looking at here.
Before we get started sightseeing, Shannon and I walk the streets of town to visit the family home of some locals. In this house, like many others, cuy are raised in the living space as food.
This is the kitchen, no? The kitchen, no? That we use to cook. We are using eucalyptus woods and guinea pig beans.
Even their waste is used as fuel for the kitchen, where they will ultimately be cooked themselves. Somehow poetic, I guess. In the corner of the room above the bed, I can't help but notice something. Is that a pair of human skulls?
This is your family up here?
Ellos son mis ancestros, mi tatarabuelos, son dueños de esta casa. Entonces lo ponemos ahí para protección. Por eso le ponemos velas, flores los días martes y viernes, porque estamos más conectados con sus espíritus.
Their ancestors, no, of day, they used to put candles every Thursday and Friday in order to connect, because they are more connected with the ancestors of day. They are like the grandfathers of Earth.
Lo ponemos ahí para protección.
Those are there in order for protection, no?
Yeah.
Protection to protect the house against bad spirits.
Towering over the valley are the megalithic ruins that help make Ollantaytambo an important Incan stronghold. But to see him, we had a climb ahead of us. Without a cocoa-tea to help get us through, Shannon conveniently has an alternative.
So, Shannon, are you leading me down the right path here? Now they're telling me to climb this temple, I have to eat coca leaves.
That is correct. We are going down a delinquent path this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in like you're chewing tobacco, and hopefully it'll give you a little boost to get to the top.
Okay, I'll try it.
Hopefully I'm not coming home from this trip with any newly developed dependencies. But when in Rome, as they say,
Best views are always the hardest ones. I have a coaster in my office that says that.
it's easy to look at this place and imagine how grand it must have been at its peak. But imagining how it was constructed isn't so easy. The impossible tight joints and irregular angles defy logic. You can hardly slip a piece of paper between the multi-ton stones. Also impressive, the design is literally earthquake resistant. The irregular angles allows for shifting, but are designed to shift back into their intended position. The wall of 6 monoliths stands as a reminder that civilization before us were capable of accomplishing feats that we find hard to replicate today. Ollantaytambo served as defensive position for the Incans before they were ultimately subdued, and the last Incan king was captured and killed by the Spanish. Much later, Peruvians were liberated from Spanish rule thanks to Venezuelan statesman and military officer Simon Bolivar.
That's pretty impressive. You know, that's the restaurant guy in me, right? I gotta look at the napkin fold, the condor fold. I need to learn how to do that.
Símbolo del cóndor.
Condor.
Sí,
Oh yes, condor.
es cóndor.
You're right. You're right.
Isn't that nice when you're traveling with an expert?
After requiring the cast and crew to climb a small mountain for our last shot, a nice formal lunch at a restaurant located in the family home of Simon Bolivar seems like a good way to spend the middle part of the day.
I just want to try the soup, you know. That's how we check out
That's a vibe.
if the chef knows what he's doing. If his soup is good, he's good.
So the Spanish, when they came here, no, they consider themselves as superior cultures, no, and they destroyed that everything is pagan for the Catholicism religion, no. So that's why they destroyed Inca holy places. They destroyed temples, palaces, and not just that, they built churches on the top of the Inca holy places, on the Inca palaces, no. So every effigy, no, every god statue made by the Incas, it was destroyed, and the knowledge as well. They didn't pay attention what we developed in this part of the world. I show you the earthquake-proof buildings, no, how they knew about that world, no, how the building has to resist earthquake, no, writing systems, no, and I will show you Inca calculators, okay, in Cusco, how it is, the textiles, no, weaving this knowledge, no, how they are making textiles. That was another writing system that the Incas developed. No. Don Jose de San Martin, he started, no, with the freedom to liberate Peruvians against Spaniards, no. But Simon Bolivar, he concluded, he finished.
When did the Spanish leave?
They started to leave 1821. 1821, which is the independence of Peru. So we have more than 200 years of independence. But 1826, no, finally, the last Spaniards, no, were they went back.
Kicked out or went back?
Something like that.
It's fascinating.
Peru was officially declared independent from Spain in 1821, but Spanish influence on the culture remains. But there is one place that was never discovered by the Spanish. In the Sacred Valley, there is no greater adventure than the journey to Machu Picchu, which is of course the main reason people come all of the way out here.
Instead of taking the Inca Trail, I'm taking the Inca Rail.
A couple of hours into the mountains and we arrive in the valley town of Machu Picchu Pueblo, which serves as a staging area for travelers. Travelers who are trekking to the top of the mountain or following the Inca Trail. The trail itself is a dedicated 6-day hike through the mountains, so if you're not doing that, you're probably stopping here. Many of the people here still speak Quechua, the language of the Incan. I walk through the village and you can see there is no shortage of dogs around here. This one is the sacred Incan orchid breed, which is said to help guide your spirit into the afterlife. Don't go getting any ideas, buddy. I'm not ready to go with you yet. The steep streets of this little village smell of cooking food, and it looks like you can find all the favorites here, including cuy. And I would personally like to give this restaurant marketing strategy my stamp of approval. You can also get chifa here, the Chinese Peruvian fusion food. Oh, look at this, I even found a croissant. Surrounded by towering cloud forests, it's hard not to feel small here. But for the most part, life in the shadow of Machu Picchu seems normal and quite peaceful. The valley is so beautiful, and I'm more than ready to finally see the mountaintop. There is a feeling in the air that this is what it's all been leading up to, ever since my trip started back in Lima. When I talked to Shannon about coming to Peru, experiencing Machu Picchu, one of the wonders of the world, was obviously important to me.
There is a point in every great journey when you reach the precipice, and all the doubt and trouble you went through to get there melts away. That's when you know it was all worth it. This is probably one of the highlights of my life.
Made it.
We made it. What do you think?
Yeah, it was, what was it you say about the view?
The hardest climbs are the best views.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I know for sure you're right.
Yeah.
What can I say about Machu Picchu that hasn't been said already? The unfathomable precision of the stonework, the massive amount of time and labor this must have taken. Not to sound too much like a hippie, but being here has an effect on you. It's not the same as transcendental meditation, but I do feel a sense of connection. Shannon suggests we take off our shoes to ground ourselves in what she calls an energy vortex.
Supposedly an energy vortex here.
It's really just about connecting with nature, right? So like having your feet barefoot in grass.
And this is one of the 7 wonders of the world, right?
So you feel grounded?
I do feel grounded.
I mean, if nothing else, we're relaxed.
I hope this has a positive effect, especially for a fat chef. Whatever it does, it can't hurt, right? As our guide explains, American explorer Hiram Bingham III rediscovered Machu Picchu in 1911.
When the Professor Bingham first came here, all this complex was completely covered by dense vegetation. Dr. Bingham went to explore and was taking the first picture of this city. He was reporting mummies, textile, potteries, some metal tools, and he said, I didn't find any gold or silver. But we know that all the Inca cities like this one have a lot of treasure. I think it is in his private familiar museum.
And though he claimed to have never found any treasure here, it's noted that Hiram was mysteriously more wealthy after his time in Peru. Regardless of if he found treasure or not, it was Hiram's work that brought the world's attention to Machu Picchu. At this point in the hike, I am depending on the coca leaves to keep me from feeling altitude sickness. It's no longer a novelty when you need to keep yourself going. That is precisely why the people of the Amazon region as a whole take the coca plant very seriously.
The famous coca plant, it is a bush. That plant is growing only in the cloud forest or around to the Amazon jungle. This plant has 14 alkaloids. I mean 14 natural drugs, mostly of them with medicinal function that the pre-Inca and the Inca civilization were using with medicinal purposes. The pre-Inca civilization were using this one 3,000-4,000 years ago. But right now, this plant is banned around the world because they said they are only using the cocaine. But what's happening around here? For example, look at these places. We have some Andean communities. We have some Andean people that still are using this plant with medicinal purposes. Why? Because we don't have any doctor around here. We don't have any hospital. How they are getting well? Using this plant. And now there are some people coming from Lima, and they try to destroy the illegal coca leaf farmer land. But tell me, 61% of the Peruvian land is the Amazon jungle. How many people we gonna need to destroy the illegal coca plantation around to this place? And as well, in Cusco and another places, we are using this one with medicinal purposes. And as well, we are using this plant with religious purposes. Well, it's gonna be impossible.
To understand the complexity is to empathize. When you realize it's the only medicine in some places here, you understand why it doesn't carry the same stigma as it does in the rest of the world. The scale of this place doesn't translate through pictures or film. I'm absolutely spent from the day, but I feel honored to have been here to experience this. Back in the village, the sounds of the train named Hiram Bingham echo through the valley. The streets are lit up and open for business. In the morning, I will leave the valley and head back to Cusco. It's been a day to remember, and I get it now. I understand why people want to come here.
Taking the train back from Machu Picchu, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace. Maybe Shannon was right about grounding. Maybe it's Pachamama. Being here has certainly given me a new perspective on a lot of things, and somehow I feel more alive than I did when I first came. For others, this is where the show would end. Seeing the splendor of Machu Picchu, generally speaking, is the climax of most trips to this part of Peru. But this isn't like most trips to Peru. I'm lucky enough to have come here with a travel expert, and she happens to know what kind of things that gets me excited. With Machu Picchu behind us, we're headed back to Cusco to spend a little more time getting to know the ancient city. And there is hardly a better way to get a feel for any city than a stroll through a local market. You can find pretty much anything here, including food. In fact, one whole side of this market is nothing but food stalls.
This whole row here, all it is juices. I was asking, I couldn't get over how the pineapple looks, and she says it's not pineapple, it's ananas. And that's what pineapple is called in Danish too. Interesting, and French.
Imagine a smoothie bar, but with a twist. The kind of twist that can get even me to drink its smoothie. Spoiler alert, it comes with beer in it.
You can definitely taste the beer.
I wonder who came up with this concoction.
I don't know, maybe someone had a hangover that where they were like, I don't know, put some beer in my smoothie.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, I never had anything like this. Beer, milk, fruit, and vegetables.
Right.
Bee pollen.
How do you say thank you in Quechua?
Anai.
Anai.
With a little boost from the smoothie, it's time to do some shopping.
I'm looking for a chef jacket, but I don't know. I'm going to have to ask him if they have one for a guy in the 3rd trimester.
A little ways down, a cheese vendor gives us samples of local cheese. The cheese here has its own unique profile. Something simple you might not realize unless you tried it yourself.
Right, the cheeses for sandwich, the cheeses for salad, the cheeses for make the pizza, the cheeses for the soup. Different one, not the same one, right?
If you're a fan of American beef jerky, then I may have found just the thing for you.
This one is the dry, salty llama and alpaca meat. In the Andes, we kill the llama, we eat just this one, and what happened with all the body, we put in the salty water, and then we put on the sun. And then finally this one, and make, right, really salty one, and then with this one, we preserve for the next 20, 25 years in perfect condition. It's like you have in your country the jerky or jerky. But in your jerky, you eat directly. Here, you can eat directly.
Okay, now he tells me.
What do? We need cut in small pieces, drop in the pottery with water, with vegetables, with potatoes. And you don't need to drop the salt.
Before refrigeration was common, and in a lot of places here still today, this is how meat is kept.
Walking around here in these markets, and the produce catches your eyes, the coffee, the spices, everything, it's like such an influx of inspiration you get here.
Fresh meat is also available here at the market. And around here, nothing is left to waste. I mean nothing.
The following scenes may contain images of horror.
Here you will find cuts of meats and parts that aren't commonly used a lot of places. But behind every one, you can bet there is a recipe for making something good out of it.
We eating all those stuff, seriously.
We're so wasteful in America and a lot of places. We don't use all the parts of the animal, right? Are you sure that's a testicle?
Oh, it's a testicle. I want to know how many purple vein jokes you have.
I don't know, I'm speechless.
Do you want to eat it?
No. No.
All right. I found something that you will eat.
This is just one of several markets around Cusco. Out on the streets, more fresh produce and even some medical advice.
This one we use for make the tea. It's like a good diuretic or diuretic, this one.
This lady sells natural remedies, apparently good for whatever ails, offering homemade compounds with natural ingredients, like the Sprite bottle with dead snakes in it.
So this is the original snake oil. Good for the skin?
Who knows what that's used for, but definitely won't be used for me.
I hate snakes, yeah.
Maybe next time, but probably not. Today is Friday, so the markets are busy.
Mostly the local people. Tomorrow is the weekend. And mostly the weekend, all the families meet together. All the families. Babies, mama, papa, grandmama, grandpapa.
Meat and fish are in high demand.
This is an open-air market. I have 3 Labradors, and I know they would be like a bull in a china cabinet if they were to lie here like this.
Alongside different cuts of meat, there are plenty of fish here from both the Amazon and the coast. Hard-boiled quail eggs, anyone?
This coca leaves is from Quillabamba. Quillabamba is like the one big town we have in the jungle. And this one is from Osnipata, the other part of the jungle, the other place. But in this case, Please, I know it's the coca leaves, but the flavor is the different one. It's not the same flavor.
And rest assured, you can find plenty of coca leaves and llama fetuses, just in case you were looking for that sort of thing.
What is the general age that people retire here?
Over here, for example, in the cities will be like 70s and 80s in Cusco City, in the cities.
Okay.
But on the mountains, it's over 100 years. Still, I know the people.
But they never stop working, right?
Never ever. And right now, I told you, we are rich people. Maybe you're thinking I have gold or silver. No, we have food. It's the more important for us.
Food is love.
That's right. We need to eat food.
Yeah.
No food, no life.
Life in Cusco is built on a past that is still very visible, even today. Everywhere you go, you can see Incan stonework in the streets and walls of the buildings that line them, still functioning today, each one unique and thought-provoking. This is the most famous stone. It's the 12-ankle stone. It's on the wall of the Inca Palace. It has the 12 ankles on it. It's amazing that it's so tight. How did they do that? I mean, and there's a lot of different theories on how it's done, but nobody really knows for sure. It was a little bit of a hike getting here because I took a wrong turn, but you know, those wrong turns leads to good food and good culture.
There's a lot to explore in Cusco. I've only peeled back a small corner of this place, and despite traveling across the country, experiencing the culture and trying new foods along the way, somehow, in all of the ground I've covered, I still haven't tried any cuy. But it has finally come to the point of the journey to claim my reward.
So, with my luck, this restaurant is on a hill in Cusco, and I don't know, we're like 10,000 feet above sea level, so I had to climb another mountain to eat cuy. This restaurant is famous for the cuy, so just like Machu Picchu, you know, it's all about the journey, right?
I'm joined by Shannon and our guide Roger. Here the cuy are prepared the traditional way, stuffed with hot stones and herbs and baked in a wood oven. While we wait, Roger shows us the proper way to toast a drink in Cusco.
First, a little bit for Mother Earth.
For Mother Earth.
Okay. And then a little bit for the
mountains.
Mountains, yeah.
For Machu Picchu. And then
Miski
Mihuna.
Miski Mihuna. We can sit and wait for the food as long as the cocktails are coming, right?
Keep coming. We'll sit here all night.
On the mountains, we don't have the ovens. And we make we use the wood from eucalyptus or from some bushes. It's like a really hot. And then we put the stick, and then you roast the guinea pig. And then when you roast the guinea pig, it's ready, and now eating. But our parents cut that one, plus with boiled potatoes.
At long last, the moment I've been waiting for. Just on presentation alone, I'll give this dish 2 thumbs up.
I've been waiting for this for, 7-8 days now? There has been no attempt made at hiding what this is. You have to respect the honesty here. With impeccable timing, Shannon has conveniently disappeared from the table. But right now, I'm too excited to care. It's good. Very flavorful. Viewers at home can rest easy, knowing that this little guy didn't die in vain. He was delicious.
Kind of like my own personal-sized little lechon.
Food is love. Love your food.
All jokes aside, I can now mark this off my list. If you're not here to experience the culture, why come at all? It's my last night in Cusco. It's not unusual to feel a little sad to leave a place.
You know, all good things must come to an end. This is one of these trips you really don't want to come to an end because it's been really special. The food's been special and the people are special. Can't say enough about going to Peru. It's been a trip of a lifetime.
I guess in my own way, I'm like a modern-day Hiram Bingham, an outsider exploring Peru in search of its kitchen treasures. Not to hide away and squander for myself, but to share with the world and appreciate. I came here with an idea of what I thought Peru was, but I'm leaving understanding how little I actually knew when I came, and seeing how much there is to learn. The culture, the food, the people, and the history.
They're going to taste a lot better if you feed them well.
My takeaway is that maybe we should reset what we think we know about a place or people. Maybe instead of accepting what you see on TV, you should experience it yourself and draw your own conclusions. When you cover as much ground as we did here, it's good to have a solid travel plan. Shannon and the Limitless Planet team were excellent guides to the Peru I was hoping to see. And it's always more rewarding when you get to travel with friends. Back at home in Alton, a scenic cruise on the Mississippi River lends charming views of the city's riverfront. And it provides me with an opportunity to bring a little of Peru to my friends here at home.
This is a dish that was inspired by my trip to Peru, La Trucha, smoked trout. We have some wonderful potatoes, a mango ceviche, little red onions, cilantro. I call it smoked trout, Lima style. We need some pisco, simple syrup, lime juice, a lot of limes, egg white.
Food is love, food is love, food is love.
There's nothing more fitting than a pisco sour to pair with a trout dish that I call La Trucha de Lima to remind me that
Food is love.
How do you become the top online seafood company in the United States? You earn it. We are the only company that catches, processes, and directly sells seafood right to our customers. We have a 4.9 Google rating with over 800 reviews and the highest customer satisfaction. To have the best seafood delivered right to your door, order from the original, WildAlaskaSalmonandSeafood.com. Look for my face on the logo to ensure you're getting the best. Now you know the guy that caught your dinner.